It is 5:40 a.m. right now. Been waking up at 4:30 a.m. for the past 46 days. Never miss a day so far. But I had a thought this morning. There's a guy in my DM who asked me, how do I avoid distraction? How do I avoid scrolling, specifically scrolling? And I sat with that for a little bit. And because I used to grab my phone before my feet even hit the floor. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think, right? My eyes blurry and already scrolling, already craving destruction. That was me. That was literally me, bro. And then I realized something that changed about 46 days ago. Changed everything for me, the way I see things. When you scroll, when you let destruction, the first thing when you wake up, as soon as you wake up, like the app, literally, the social media apps literally control your day or any other distraction that you react to before you even start it, like before you even start your day. You're not waking up with intention. You're waking up with reaction. You understand what I'm saying? When you're letting these things control you, or your brain is craving for them, you're reacting to them. So I answered him just like that. I answered him just like that, and I hope my answer changes all day. I hope my answer changes his mindset. Because that's it. The apps control you before you control them. They have control over you. Literally. To be real, I'm not anti-social media. I post every day. Y'all see that. But I just use it as a tool. I start using it as a tool. But destruction and scrolling, you gotta understand, it's not free. It's not free, bro. Every time you pick up that phone, you are paying a price. You are paying a price. You just don't feel the charge from it yet. You don't feel the charge from it yet. I used to wake up and scroll for hours, just wasting my time. I will always tell myself that I'm easing into the day. I'm easing into the day, bro. Nah. I was avoiding the day because the day requires effort. Your day requires effort. But scrolling or destruction requires nothing. And here's what broke me. I was literally scrolling my morning away. I was scrolling my responsibilities away, the man that I need to become away, the goals that I have for myself, my physique, my mindset, my business. But I'm also watching how them men build their bodies, their mind, their character. They're developing themselves while I sat in bed and destroy mine. Isn't that crazy? And then feeling drained later, my energy tanked, my regret increased, my confidence dropping because of those destruction. And I know what I was doing was not the right thing, but my brain controlled my situation and action. I had no control over it. I would negotiate myself. I'll start my self-development journey tomorrow, or I'll stay consistent tomorrow. But tomorrow comes, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm scrolling. I'm being destructive with things that don't rise me as a man. And I'm throwing every day away. Do y'all know that I think the average person spends at least 2.5 hours a day on social media? Bro, that's 17 hours a week. That's literally like a part-time job, or a time where you like set and develop yourself instead of spent watching other people live. And I was that person. Bro. I was literally paying them with my time, my focus, my energy. The exact things I needed to build the body, my mind, my business, I actually wanted and I actually desired. So I told myself, enough is enough. 46 days ago, I made a rule, non-negotiable rule. No phone or distraction for the first 2 hours. Only exception was either I'm posting my morning routine or creating. Then the phone goes right back down, literally. But no phone wasn't even enough because I'll come back to those bad habits. So you literally need something to replace the scroll. You need something to replace the scroll. You need what I call your why anchors. Your why anchors. Things that ground you, things that remind you who you are becoming. Here's what to do. 4:30 a.m. every morning for the past 365 days. No days off. First, make that goal. No phone, I'll make my bed. Actually, make my bed. That's my first win of the day. Before my brain wakes up, I already did something right. You understand? Then, I go downstairs and drink my 16 ounces of water to hydrate my system, to wake the body up from the inside. Then, I'll go outside and do my push-ups and my cardio to get the blood moving, to get some oxygen and blood in my brain, but also to remind myself I'm still here and I'm still capable every day. It is my decision to be capable. I take my cold shower, no negotiation, for a 3-minute minimum, because that will shut my system out of your sleep mode. And now your brain is automatically into go mode. You understand? Then I go downstairs and I journal for what I'm grateful for what I'm working towards, and get my thoughts out of my head onto paper. And also spend time with the word, spend time with the scripture, prayer, and connect to something bigger than myself. Do you understand? Because if I don't start my day like that, anchored with God, anchored with my routine, I'll be anchored to myself and to my selfish desires, man. And nothing is exactly what the apps on my phone are selling. By the time I pick up my phone after those routines, I have already built a momentum. And the scrolling and being distracted doesn't hit the same no more. Because when I have already won the morning, I have already accomplished these things. Do you understand? I already stacked the wins that I need to stack, which put me into the flow state for throughout the day. Let me connect this to something real. The mindset behind the routine, like something you can feel. When I started this routine 46 days ago, I was soft, unconfident, a man with no plan. I was just existing, bro. Like making excuses to myself instead of owning up to it, owning up to my desires. I didn't hate myself. I just did not recognize myself either. You feel me? And I realized that fixing my mindset and strengthening my mind through uncomfortable routines will fix everything. Your routine, you don't arise to the level of your goals. You rise to the level of your routine and standard. So I'm not doing this routine because of just me being a fitness coach. It's not because I'm trying to strengthen my body. It's not because I'm trying to build my abs or build my muscle. But I understand that this routine will fix my mind and also my body in a way that it will fix my health. It will fix my energy. It will fix my confidence. It will rewire my mind, right? It will fix how I show up in a room. It will fix how I look in the mirrors. You feel me? So, and that changed how I feel about myself, and that will change how you feel about yourself. To make it make sense, like on an atomic level, it will raise your self-worth, because those are things that are fulfilling. Because discipline and your routine and the gym and your daily tasks bleeds into discipline and everywhere else. Your routine bleeds in everything that you do throughout the day. You will start thinking cleaner. You start eating cleaner. You start sleeping better. You start carrying yourself different. You start completing your daily tasks. People notice, even people will notice you before you even do that you have changed and that you have grown. Because discipline and your routine and the gym and the daily tasks bleeds into discipline and everywhere else. You'll start thinking cleaner. You'll start eating cleaner. You'll start sleeping cleaner and better. You start carrying yourself different. You feel me? And people will notice before you even do. People will notice that. If you ask me that why I wasn't doing it, because I told myself I'm tired. I would tell myself I don't have time to develop myself. But I had time to scroll. I had time to let me into those destruction. I had time to watch other men build what they wanted. I had time for cheap dopamine, mindless destruction, all the freaking drunk things that we gravitate towards. Literally all things that feel good for 30 seconds, but leaves you more emptier the more you do it. And until you realize you do not grow to your true potential. Let me say it again. You don't realize what I just mentioned until you realize you do not grow to your true potential because of those things. As men especially, our failure in life is led by cheap-ass dopamines that controls us. The greatest men in the Bible fell into lust and lost everything. And what makes you different, brother? Lusting, wasting your energy and time on women that don't care about you tomorrow, or wasting your time on a lost soul because you are too blind, you are too blind to see and recognize that. I was in that position, I was there, but I'm awake now. And God, I was so stupid. Oh my gosh, I was so dumb. I just want to beat the shit out of my pastor. Gosh, I was so dumb. I was so dumb, brother. Every cheap dopamine hit you chase is literally a withdrawal from your future self. Downgrade after downgrade, just killing your energy, your focus, your identity. And you just feel lifeless. I felt lifeless because I was not living. I was consuming, always me. And consumption, it never fills you. That's why you keep going to it. That's why you keep chasing those women. That's why you keep lusting. That's why you keep seeking those cheap ass dopamine. The only thing that can fulfill you is creation, discipline. Only building something bigger than yourself. Starting with your body gives you that real fulfillment and lasting self-respect. Now let me give you this on some real shit. The thing that keeps me going when my motivation dies, I know now. You feel me? As a man, every day you pay a price in this life, just like what I said. There's no way avoiding it. You consume, feed yourself with these cheap ass dopamine and laziness today. You pay with your future later. You pay with your body you were supposed to build. You pay with the health you let slip away. You pay with the confidence you never developed. You pay with the regret of knowing you had time. You just gave it away for free, brother. You just let it waste. Or you choose discipline today. You pay with your comfort tomorrow. You pay with that warm bed you didn't stay in. You pay with that junk food you walk past. You pay with the easy dopamine you say no to. You pay with a better gratitude. But either way, bro, you're paying. You are going to pay. You can't avoid it. The only question is, brother, which price are you willing to live with? I know I'm not special. I'm not special. I'm not perfect. I'm not asking you to be perfect. And I'm not more disciplined than you, brother. I just got tired of paying the wrong price. I got tired of paying the wrong price. I got tired of doing the same shit over and over again with no fulfillment and with no growth. Tired of waking up already behind. Tired of avoiding the person right in front of me in the mirror. Tired of knowing I was capable of more and choosing less. But now I'm picking a different price. And it hurts differently, bruh. It builds you differently too. But here's most people mess up. They try what I call to white knuckle it with willpower, with your willpower, you feel me? Like, just like what I used to do. Oh, 60-day challenge, 4:30 a.m. club, or 4:30 a.m. wake up time. But it works for a week, then life happens, bro. When life happens, they fell off. I fell off because the goal wasn't deep enough, bro. You only do it because of the external goal. The challenge is just a tool. The challenge you have created is just a tool. The routine is just a structure, what I call. But your why is the engine. The reason you do those things is the engine. And if your why is external, like a number on a scale, likes on a post, you could say, it will run out eventually. It will run out. But your why, when it is internal, like something that lives in you, something that pulls you forward when pushing stops, or when you don't feel like going. For me, that is evolution, bro. Becoming the man God's called me to be. The version that builds, that leads, that goes back to home in Africa, back home, and give back to his community. Become someone because of the opportunity that's been given to me that those people don't have. That's what gets me up at 4:30 a.m. Not my calendar, not the streak that I've been keeping, but the vision I have, but the goals I have set, but my internal why. So sit with this. Why do you actually want to do this? Why do you want to become more disciplined? Why do you want to work on, why do you want to put efforts into the things that you want to do? Not the surface answer, but the real one. Like the ones that makes you emotional when you think about them. The ones that makes you vulnerable. The one that scares you the most. Because once you find that why, brother, once you find that, discipline stops being a punishment and it actually becomes more of like a protection. You feel me? Because you are not sacrificing comfort. You are protecting your future version of you that's counting on you to show up today. That's what you're protecting. So remember that. And I understand it is hard. It is hard. It is hard to stay consistent, especially with adversity and with what life throws on us. But no matter what, you stick to it. No matter what, you stick to your goals and you stick to the routine with relentless intention. Brother, you can accomplish anything. Oh my gosh, bro. Because you are ahead of 99% of the population if you do that. And it starts with your morning routine and with your morning habits. I hope this helps. Have a great day.